Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back and I'm better. Welcome to this episode of today, which is raising your vibrations in 5 easy ways. So today I want to break down what can you do to raise your vibrations instantly, because not every day is a good day, as we know, and not every day we feel like the best version of ourselves, and not every day we are ready to conquer the world. So I thought I will give you some easy tips and tricks to raise your vibrations in a quick way. Well, step one, you gotta get rid of the negativity. So when you do step out of bed in the morning and you do not feel like the best version of yourself, or there is some kind of emotion in yourself that is just holding you back and you feel like this emotion is going to ruin your day, what you do is you just take a simple box. You pretend to take the emotion out of your heart. You just center everything to the middle of your chest or to the place where your heart is, and you just drag that emotion out of your body, put it into the case, close it, and boom. That's how you get rid of the negative emotions. Step one. Now you're ready to start your day. Moving on to the second topic, which is, I have no idea. Let me check what I wrote down. Being grateful. Yes, it doesn't matter how bad your day is, how horrible your life is, because we are all masters at complaining. We are excellent. Some people, they should get a degree for complaining, because that's just what they do. Complain, yada yada yada. This is not good, that's not good, you know. Oh, you don't know what happened to me. Well, I don't really care what happened to you, because if you're healthy, you have a roof above your head, and you can do all the things in your life that you want. You have freedom of speech. You are a woman who has the rights to do what she wants. I mean, if you're a man, this also applies to you, of course, but come on, there's so many things to be grateful for. So in a moment you feel horrible, or you feel angry, or it doesn't matter what kind of negative emotion you have, just think of something you have that you should be grateful for. And don't think that, yes, but everybody has a house or everybody has these basic things. That is not true, and that's always the reason why we forget that we should be grateful for the things that we have. Because a lot of times we think that other people have more than we do, or they have it better than we do, but the grass is not greener on the other side. So first of all, look at yourself, and I'm sure there must be something that you're grateful for. I can mention 5 things for you now which I'm grateful for. I have 2 amazing loving parents. I have a lovely brother. I am healthy. I am happy and have a joyful life. I have the freedom to do what I want. 5 easy things. It's not that difficult. So if I can name 5 things off the bat, I'm sure you can think of one thing in a moment to be grateful for and fill it with the emotion. So it will light up your heart a bit when you really think about something and put the emotion in it, rather than just saying, I'm grateful for this. Okay, now let's move on with the day. I mean, that's kind of a different attitude, right? So you should really put the gratitude in the emotion when you're thinking about this thought. When you're thinking about this thing that you're grateful for, you really have to put the emotion in it. And I'm sure it will give you a different feeling and raise your vibration. Third thing, spend time outside. Spending time outside brings us in touch with nature, and therefore we can raise our vibration. The best thing you can actually do to directly raise your vibration is to stand on the earth with your bare feet. Now, hold up, I do know it's winter now. You're not going to go to the park and stand with your freaking bare feet on the ground, but I'm just saying, you can take a walk in the park, you can go outside, you can, even if you're just taking a walk, just get some fresh air. And it would be better if you can go somewhere where there's actual nature, so you can be surrounded with more green, more oxygen, and really get back with that refreshed feeling. And I'm sure it will also instantly raise your vibration. You might not feel it in a moment, but it does do something for you, that is for sure. Fourth thing is say yes. Well, this sounds very odd. You're like, what does saying yes have to do with raising my vibration? Well, it kind of works like this. We all have energetic fields around us. We are constantly exceeding energy, like I explained all of those things. But when you are saying no constantly to everything that's around you, you're just like creating this closed field. And you're just walking around like a no robot. No, 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 no. That's what you're doing the whole time. And a lot of people are doing this unconsciously. That's why I want to like touch this topic, because it's not something you always do like consciously, but it has an impact on you. It impacts you negatively. So what do I mean by saying yes? Say yes to opportunities. I'm not saying you have to say yes to people that are trying to use you or take advantage of you, or no, be rational. Think properly about things. But what I do mean is say yes, step out of your comfort zone, say yes, help someone, be proactive, just try new things. Don't say no because something is new to you, because the moment you start saying yes, you will open that closed off shield that you created with energy, because you constantly say no, and therefore you're also making a barrier for your desires to come back to you. But once you say yes, you start getting a more open energy, and you actually allow yourself to receive things. And as I talked about the law of attraction, we are trying to ask, believe, and receive. So when you're being closed off like this and you're just saying no to everybody, then you will not receive anything. Sounds pretty logical, right? So say yes more often. It will create a new energy for you, and new things will flow to you as well. Because once you start saying yes to the littlest things, even with bigger things, you will get more comfortable with it, and the things that will happen to you, or the ways your desires will manifest in your life, just like pop, like they just came out of nowhere. So say yes more often. I know you can do it. And then the fifth thing we're talking about is pay it forward. What do I mean by pay it forward? So what I want to talk about right now is giving. Yes, giving. Because what is giving? A lot of people think giving is a transaction. They say, okay, well, I give you something and what do I get in return? But when you ask something in return, we are not even talking anymore about giving, because at that point we're talking about a transaction, because you are doing something to get something back. So how can you call that giving in the first place? Giving is something that we should do unconditionally, something that we do because it's our intention. We give honestly and truly and genuine from the heart. It's not something you do because you want to get something back. And the funny thing is, people are scared. They don't trust anybody. They just want to give something when they're sure they get something in return. But guess what? You're asking something back from the same person. When you give unconditionally, that's when you allow the universe to actually give something more beautiful back to you. But the thing is, we always expect to get something back from the person we're giving to, but that is not how it works. Because you're not trying to make a transaction, first of all. Secondly, if you give something to that person, you will get something back. It's the law of karma. It's how it works. When you give something, you will get something. But your intention when you give in that moment should not be to receive. It should be to give. And that's a big mistake people make. So what I'm trying to say by this is that when you do something, it's not about getting something back. If you have the possibility to give something that is not of a big value to you, then you should do it, because you're helping someone else, you're creating impact. Again, you're creating a new energy, an energy that raises your vibration and allows you to receive more beautiful things in life. It will also help you to get closer to your desires, because getting something back from the universe doesn't mean when I give someone help that I should receive help back from the person. No, maybe the universe will reward me by helping me in my dreams. Maybe I will get one step ahead when it comes to my goal. So you can receive those things back in any way, and you should be open for that. A small story I want to tell about this thing is, when you give something, you shouldn't look at the value something has to you, because usually when we give something, the value is not that big to us. But what matters in this is the value it has for the other person. And that's when it's important to decide if you're going to give something to someone, because you should ask yourself two questions. Is it possible for me to give, and will it be valuable to the other person? And it doesn't matter if it's this small value or a big value. So when we're talking about giving something, looking at the value it has to other people. Say for example that I come across someone who has diabetes, but that person is homeless, and that person will faint if he or she won't eat something. So what if I only had to give €1 in order for that person to buy something? So I just say, here you have €1, you can buy something that you want. Don't talk about what we can buy for €1 nowadays. I'm just giving an example here. You can get a croissant for this, okay? So, but what I'm trying to say with this is €1 for me, it doesn't mean anything. It's nothing. It's just like a small amount of money, so I could easily miss it. But maybe for that other person in that moment, because that person has a certain health condition and is in a dangerous position because he or she needs to eat right now, or if not, he or she will faint, then that has a big impact for the other person, because it can concern his or her life if she doesn't get the food within a certain amount of time. So by helping someone, it's not about the impact that it has when you give it, how you feel about it, but it has to do with the impact you make on the other person. And that is something I want to say. When you feel that you can make an impact for people, just do it. I mean, when I see homeless people, I don't know if it's their own fault that they ended up like this. I don't know if they made a conscious mistake that got them there. It's just a moment when I feel like that. But I do have money, I could miss something, and what would I lose by trying to help someone? Because I'm doing it with a good intention. That can only benefit me because I tried to help someone, you know, and I tried to do it genuinely. We always try to label people and judge them when we meet them and make accusations, but if you don't know things, don't assume anything. And I'm not saying you should help all the homeless people and give them something, but it's just like sometimes it's just a moment, like you see something you can help and you can just do it. Be proactive. Like I remember this one time I was a student, I think I was 19 or something, and I was in Amsterdam on the central station. I just got out of the train and there was this woman at the stairs, and she had like 3 children and 2 suitcases. So she was like walking her children down, but one of her suitcases was still there. So I didn't even ask anything or say anything. I just grabbed the suitcase and I brought it down for her, because I felt like that woman can use some help. I'm a woman, I know how it is to travel with tremendous bags and not have anyone to help you. Plus this woman has children, so I'm young, I'm flexible, I can help someone out. Although the fact, it's funny that it's full of businessmen there and I'm a woman helping another woman, but that shows how close-minded most people are and how most people are focused on themselves and they don't look around them to see if they can make an impact on people. Because what I was doing was just a small thing. I just carried a bag. It's nothing. I do those things because I want to help people, but it shows that there are not a lot of people that are looking what's happening around them. So my message for you is, be more proactive towards helping people. Like, start to see things. If you can actually offer help, don't be scared. Don't think that people don't need help. Just offer it, just allow it. And I think it's beautiful when we can build on each other and help each other, and when people take action when something happens, because we live in this world where something happens, people start to take out their phone and start filming things instead of calling an ambulance or calling the police. That's the time we are living in right now, and I think it's horrible. I think it's awful. I think we should be way more proactive in helping each other, building each other up, and providing help where we can. So now I come to the point of actually this point, because I was not talking about giving, but I was talking about paying it forward. So what does giving have to do with paying it forward? Paying it forward means that when someone does something for you, you don't just thank them and think, oh, that's nice, someone did something for me. No, you pay it forward. So you do that same thing or another thing or anything for another person. So next time someone does something nice for you, pay it forward. It doesn't matter in which way. It doesn't matter what the person has given you. It doesn't matter what you give back to whom. Just look at situations where you are able to give something back to someone else, because that's what matters. And at the end of the day, if you will start saying yes more and paying things forward, things will change for you. You will start to notice like this unexplainable luck that will come from nowhere. And as I said, don't expect things to come back to you in the way you think about it, because that's not how it works. It's not always true that when I do something today for someone, that tomorrow I will get something back, or today. And you have to give it some time, you know. We all have our bad karma as well that we need to work out. So maybe you need to do a lot of giving before you're neutralized again and you can start receiving things. So don't be discouraged and say to yourself, I've been giving for weeks and weeks and weeks. Be you, be happy, and enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy life most of all. So that's it for now, and give it a thumbs up if you like this video. I appreciate it a lot. And that is it. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next video.